You ever have moments sometimes where it's like your keys all of a sudden falls off the countertop and you think, well, maybe I didn't set them all the way on there. You know what I'm saying? And maybe as I walked throughout the house, maybe I inadvertently bumped into them, and it just gradually got to the point where they got close to the edge and they just got tired of holding on and just fell down. Or you hear hear the floor squeak. You know what I'm saying? Or you may hear a knock against the window or something. You think, oh, that's just a bird or a beetle or something like that. You know. But then it's like, what if it's not that? Yeah, paranormal activity, it puts meaning behind what that is. It's like, no, that's not your key. Your keys was in the middle of the countertop. They got knocked down. Boom. And you be like, man, I could have sworn I put them on the middle, but when you see them on the ground and you hear that they fall on the ground, you're thinking, oh, well, there's no way it could have been at the middle. It must have had them at the edge. Just one of them days. But you can't rewind and go back unless you got cameras in your house, so you can do that. But no, with paranormal activity, man, it's hey, that's the reason why they call the Ghostbusters. And the couple in this movie is one of those things. It's like like it makes you question: is it really worth it staying in a relationship with this person if they're gonna be like this? I don't think the characters they weren't married. They was still boyfriend and girlfriend. I don't think that was fiance, but it's like, hey, it's but at the same time, oh buddy, you're taunting the spirits, and you should have went to God. You should have went to church or something, and beforehand, or instead of taunting it, And it's like, and in this movie, I question whether or not if it got worse when he started recording it. I question that a lot, but when you seen all the other sequels, it's like, nah, that was gonna happen regardless, probably. But this movie here, I remember when it came out. I remember when I saw the trailer. The trailer got me hooked. I'm like, I want to check this out. It looks good. Want to check it out. I like the found footage type movies, and but when people started saying, "Oh, it's the scariest movie of all time. It is the scariest thing. Oh, you will be throwing." I'm like, oh, instead of waiting next week to see this, we need to go see this tomorrow. We go in there, we see the movie, we go there late at night. Well, not late, evening, like 8 o'clock at night. That's a good time to catch a scary movie. To set like 6 or 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock show at 9 o'clock. So you got a good crowd. You know what I'm saying. And I love hearing other people's commentary, not throughout the whole movie, but how they react and respond to stuff. I don't know if I'm the only one. So, but that's how I am. Raise your hand if you like that. That's me. And my wife. And so with this movie, man, like there were bump in the night type things. You know what I'm saying? There was all of that, and it had its creepiness. And it's like I was caught in. I was very intrigued with the storyline, but it wasn't the scariest movie I ever seen. And I don't like when people say that because see now my expectations are gonna be up here. You can't just say it's a very good movie. Check it out, or it is a scary movie. You gotta say that's the scariest movie you ever seen. They're just like, okay, I like Jalen Green for the Houston Rockets. He can ball, but that would be like me saying Jalen Green, he is the GOAT. No, he's not the GOAT. He has a lot more to accomplish before he does that, but he's a very good player. Like him. Now, after I saw the movie, we saw the movie at the movie theater. It was like, okay, because I'm caught up in what people who was hyping it up saying. Scale of 1 to 10, it was like a 7, 6, about a 6 for me. But when I saw that movie, it was one day. What happened? You know what? Y'all remember Hollywood Video? That still existed. And what me and my wife would do, we would go get the what you call it? We would buy the movies that they had discounted for like $5, and we bought that, and we bought Paranormal Activity 2. That was on sale also. And I remember I was like, man, I like 2, but it's like gotta get 1 also. It wasn't until I watched the first one at home. um, Let me see. Was my wife at the? Yeah, but my wife was in the room sleep, so I was in the living room watching the movie, and it was nighttime, and I should have took my ass to bed, but I was like, all right, let me watch this or whatever. And yeah, it felt a lot scarier when I was watching it by myself. Not scariest movie of all time, but it felt a lot scarier. I see why people were saying that on that movie. It's like, oh, okay, I see what they were saying. So with that, it went from a 6 rating to me. Gave it a 9. Give it a 9. I'm like, I see it. Like that's and sometimes that's one of those things. How they say writers and directors they have like a certain vision. Like some movies they say, yeah, man, you gotta watch this at the movie theater, or you gotta to get the full experience of it. That's what people said about what was that movie with Sandra Bullock and George Clooney when they was in space. But I remember some buddies of mine they said you gotta watch that movie at the movie theater at IMAX to get a full experience and grasp on it. That's how the first Avatar. I haven't seen the second Avatar movie, but that's how the first Avatar movie was for us. Me, my wife, and my mother-in-law. We saw that at the movie theater when it came out, and yeah, we took our nieces and nephews with us too, and we saw that movie. It's one of those things where it's like we saw the 3D IMAX. All right, we got the most expensive tickets for to get the full experience. And this was the first movie that I ever saw in the movie theater where it was legit 3D. Well, outside of Beowulf. When we saw Beowulf, yeah, the one that Robert Zemeckis directed, the one movie where he doesn't have, the few movies where he doesn't have Tom Hanks in it. Could Tom Hanks have played Beowulf? Yeah, he could have. But anyways, this movie here, it was like, wow, it's like you're in the doggone movie. It was so incredible. And so that right there, I get it. So with Paranormal Activity, that movie was meant to watch at home because the things that are happening are at their home. So that's one of those things. It's like, huh? And then all of a sudden, I'm hearing noises and everything, and I'm like, oh my goodness, wow. That's why I'm like, wow, where am I going to go? Like, I can't leave my house. This is my house. So that's why I'm like, man, this movie right here, man, is like got me terrified a bit. You know what I'm saying? Got me terrified for real. So there's one point I wanted to go wake my wife up, but I knew how that was. Like, and I went to go wake her up, then yeah, I would have been terrified of her reaction. So it's like um I didn't finish the whole movie. I turned it off and I was like, I'll pick this up later. And then put the movie on again during the daytime, we fold up clothes, and then we both watching it. Then I'm like, damn, this thing is still creepy, I guess, because we're at home. So yeah, so they did a brilliant job with this movie, man. Brilliant job, man. I think the budget was like, I don't know, was the budget even $1 million? I don't know, man. But I think they made a whole lot of money off this movie, man. Whole lot of, the marketing was on point with this movie. Like you just had to be out and about during, had to be alive during that time frame, man, to be able to recognize like Paranormal Activity. I think the big promotion on that movie, like even though they had a good amount of commercials and advertising, but a lot of it was like word of mouth, word of mouth. But see, a lot of people I know, hey, they was terrified of it at the movie theater. It didn't resonate with me at the movie theater. It didn't resonate with me until I got home. So still a good movie, still a good movie. And after watching it this year, hey, still the same thing, still the same thing, still the same thing. But it's like, yeah, uh, yeah, that certain movies you can only watch a certain amount of time. So I normally I try to watch the Paranormal Activities maybe once a year. I'll watch a couple of them. I don't watch all 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 of them, but very good movie. Anyways, if you like this movie, please hit the like and subscribe button. Share your thoughts. If you hate it or love the movie, and remember this, man. You like movies, you like sports. That means you like me. Hit that like and subscribe button.